Chapter 14, The Labyrinth. Welcome back to Let's Play The Sword of Etheria. Second part of the Crystal Underground Cave area place.
Est-ce que ce sont des chimères?
Ce sont des illusions? Quoi, cette douleur ne serait qu'une simple illusion, elle aussi?
Ce sont des chimères qui agissent directement sur l'esprit par leur prière. Notre douleur n'est qu'une illusion, mais si nos esprits meurent, nos corps aussi.
Attention, on va se faire tuer, qu'est-ce qu'on fait?
Ces chimères ne sont que les ombres de l'ennemi réel. Si on élimine les vrais, les chimères devraient disparaître avec eux.
Bon sang, ce sont lesquels les vrais?
It's nice that they're getting rid of the text boxes in the start of the chapters, but then they're putting in these long, rambling talking sequences in my fighting, which I do not want. The fact is what Elmira and Leon were discussing was the fact that this is where the game kind of levels up the difficulty a tiny bit, but not fully. The henchmen here are apparently really easy. It's really easy to counter your attacks or avoid them. So you can't really, well, make contact or attack them. So the fact comes in is like, are they dreams or illusions? Are they illusions? Well, then Elmira kind of goes off tangent, which is weird. And this teleporter does not work. But the fact is, Elmira talks about the fact that dreams act directly on the spirit by their actual bodies or the prayers. Pain is only one illusion, but if the spirits die, the bodies do too. It's almost like if the mind dies, the body dies. Now, these illusions are only the shades of the real enemy. However, if you kill the actual enemies, the rest of the illusions will disappear. But how do we do that? Well, you'll notice you have to actually look at the shadows of the enemies. If you find the enemy with the shadow, it's the true enemy. Kick its butt. That is the difficulty for this stage. Now, after last episode when we liberated Gollum, finally, apparently he gave us the proper direction to go. Which is weird because I have no idea. I don't even know how he would know, but I guess because he keeps wandering around here because it's nice and green. But he tells us of where our children are. Where the village children are. They're apparently in this area, being locked up. Even though he's still confused of what he should believe. But let's not worry about Gollum. We have to go find the children, because apparently we know where they are. They're being held in a mass jail cell. Somewhere in pretty much, like, maybe the deepest part of this cave. It would be logical, in this sense. But I'm not so sure. But aside from that, we have all of these wonderful teleporters everywhere and more cave to explore. In terms of actually getting to that cell, well, we're just going to have to keep wandering around and actually figure out where we're supposed to go. I wouldn't even know if actually using the full armor in that last battle or later battles actually has any sort of significance in terms of easing up on the difficulty or not. Because yes, it's supposed to increase your life and increase your attack, and well, you lose life about half as fast, so like invisible defense. But if you are really skilled at a game such as this, you may not actually need it. That's just my kind of pick on it. It seems like an addition for certain people. I have a feeling I'm not going to be able to use this. Oh! I was so close. I am taking my rage out on nothing. Oh, I did hit something. That's weird. I thought everything was gone. I almost had enough for an overzen. Yeah, that's usually another problem, is that you kind of run out, and these Bellator are just kind of a pain in the butt. Their pathfinding is a bit weird, because they kind of run past you and then don't attack you. Whatever. Now I'll bring this up because it's interesting in terms of this chapter. I've talked about like the backgrounds for Juju and Gollum in terms of different chapters, like the start of the chapters where you see the chapter screen and its background. This background is also well, special. Special in what I mean by about pretty much the end of the chapter, because you notice that there were Feel on one side, looking completely menacing and completely weird, and then on the other side, well, I'm not gonna say who it is, but you probably know who it is. I'm just saying that it's significant in some way. Yeah, I believe the main mission in this place is, well, we have a counter on the top right, which is weird because I never noticed it until now. But the fact is, we have to get the main teleporter working, because it's, well, not working. We can do that by just destroying things. It makes sense. One thing I like in a game is that it keeps itself fresh and it doesn't get old. Well, I like how they're trying to keep the freshness, I suppose, by bringing up new and interesting ways of dealing with enemies, different challenges and everything like that. But it can be a little bit of a pain. I don't know how many times I've said it. There we go. Yeah, it's not necessarily pods as it is crystals now. Because we're in the castle and not outside the castle where the barriers are. We just have to release all of the wonderful orbs and their energy and their Etheria, I suppose, in order to power up the elevator and actually make it useful. Because we're not going to find the children without it. Come on, come on. Go down, I don't have all day. Where am I going? I'm going to kill this guy. Yeah, at this point, in order for killing objects, sometimes they're few and far between. Like, I have 4 left. In earlier stages, those 4 would be in the exact same room. In this case, they're split up almost individually. This stage is also interesting because it's a center teleporter with several teleporters on the outside of it. Meaning that you have to go through several, well, areas. it's almost like a cross pattern. Kill one, finish one wing, go back to the main area, go on to the next wing. It's a very simple map style. Yeah, I think with the Oz gauge on this one, I'm probably not going to have enough in order to fill it up. I believe I should have, like, way more than I have right now. I should also have way more Etheria, but I'm never good at that point. Yeah, if you didn't already guess at the elements that they have here, well, it's Earth Element. Very, very simple. Because they have a lot of... Like, the Ducurio here, he smashes. He smashes and sends shockwaves through the ground, and they make wonderful energy come up, and then you hurt. Pylum. Okay. Oh. Come on. Come on. Oh, he's gonna explode before I can actually volleyball. No. Come on. Ah. Shoot. Fine, let's go. I want to get that over Zenith. Oh, an item. Awesome. Look like clues. Now, I should talk about something here that's kind of been bugging me about this game also. How many things have bugged me so far? But this is interesting. When this was released in Europe, they changed the name from the Japanese name. In the original, it was called Oz. O-Z. Capital O, capital Z. Z. Whatever. Oz, in that retrospect, they explained that Oz means, like, over the pinnacle or over Zenith. It's an acronym. Okay. Now, what I kinda don't understand is how it changed from Oz and then released in the PAL regions. How it was changed to the Sword of Etheria. It's... The name kind of still escapes me because it kind of is out there in terms of everything. I could see Feel's weapon as a sword, but honestly, it's not. I think of it more as an axe weapon than it is a sword. Then again, it is powered by, well, the Etheria surrounding him and Todo. But I just don't know why it would be given that name. Boost. That's just my take on it. Like, it could have been called Oz still. There would have been no problem. Oh, come on. Go up. Up. Yes! Ha 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 ha. Let's use it. Although no enemies are around. I feel so ripped off. So ripped off.